Time now for the KSL In Depth. Tonight is night number one for Southern Utahns to raise their voices when it comes to the size of the two national monuments. President Trump shrank Bears Ears and Grand Staircase-Escalante, but Utahns can say how large or small they should be, more or less. So these public hearings begin. We sent our own Peter Samore to Blanding for the first of those hearings, which I believe, Peter, is going on now.
That's right, Jeff. It started about 45 minutes ago. It'll go till about 8 p.m. These hearings put on by the BLM, Bureau of Land Management, and the U.S. Forest Service are asking Utahns and anyone who has any stake in these public lands what to do with the rest of them. So basically, as you know, Bears Ears National Monument was shrunk to 202,000 acres by order of President Trump from 1.35 million acres, and Grand Staircase-Escalante, not too far away, shrunk to about 1 million acres from 1.85 million acres. So now these agencies have to come up with plans to deal with what's left of these lands. And the Bears Ears, it was about only a year old under President Obama. He declared it a national monument just after Christmas of 2016, and about a year later, President Trump came to Salt Lake and reversed that. So the plans there really didn't take effect. Still, the Bureau of Land Management and U.S. Forest Service want to know what to do with the Shosh Jaw and Indian Creek sections of Bears Ears. The Grand Staircase-Escalante, that'll be a lot more complicated. That was in effect for about 21, 22 years, initiated by President Clinton, ordered by President Clinton, I should say. So they need a brand new resource management plan there.
Are both sides represented at this event? There were complaints about Secretary Zinke only listening to one side. Is everybody there, pro, con, and otherwise?
So right now I'm seeing more pro than con. Pro as far as shrinking the monuments are concerned. Basically since the orders were made, people are trying to make do with what they have left. So we're talking about livestock and grazing rights and how to protect cultural resources like Indian or Native American antiquities, and of course how to deal with ATVs and OHVs roaming around these lands that are now open and released. Also talking about travel access to these lands. So a lot of questions being asked by the government officials, and a lot of input being given by the public here. I even ran into a from Lake Tahoe. They've never been to Bears Ears, but they're going on Wednesday for the first time. They came in with a class trip. Their teacher brought them here. They're all outdoor enthusiasts, and they're basically serving as reporters and inquisitors about what's going to happen with these national monuments, what's left of them. And they basically said to me they came in with the idea that it was a terrible idea to have them shrunk. Now they're not so sure. They met a uranium miner who had his land sort of usurped by the Bears Ears National Monument. He only wanted it scaled back just enough so that he could have his uranium mining happening again. He got a lot more than what he wanted, so the students are trying to figure out exactly where they stand in all of this.
An excellent civics lesson for them, and thank you to Peter Samore, who's down in Blanding attending the hearing.